just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. Give him 18 on the play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33.
ETN up the middle.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Now Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's ETN.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they were trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
Past the 20.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Mahomes now to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's into space past the 25 and all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's just call it, as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They'll go again with Etienne.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Lawrence will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing crowd was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Gabriel Davis.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A give right side for Pacheco.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Mahomes going to throw.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And, Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Lawrence. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Well, he's really starting to get up there towards 1,000. He's now at 997 career catches. Throwing now is Mahomes. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
A give running right, ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. ETN on the toss right. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. A loss of 2 there, second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, 2nd and long. Another toe for ETN.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 19. From midfield now, Lawrence.
He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Robinson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
ETN is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point attempt to come here. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He stiff arms him. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now he is just 2 catches away from 1,000 on his career. 998 currently. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about his 14.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. So this will be a win for Jacksonville.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Jacksonville,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I stay